112 years ago, the UP Board of Regents had a vision to develop their true firstborn college that will spearhead national development through agriculture. At the foot of Mount Makiling, Edwin B. Copeland, together with 7 faculty and 12 students, embarked on the journey to create the UP College of Agriculture, or UPCA. Through its 112 years of existence, the college has produced over 1,000 technologies and variety of plants and animals, 9 national scientists, over 30 outstanding young scientists, and more than 18,000 graduates contributing to agricultural development. UPCA, now College of Agriculture and Food Science, or CAFS, has been continuously contributing to nation building through its instruction, research, and extension function. A mere 10 years after establishment, the college was able to start breeding works with the production of sugarcane varieties with high productivity and resistance to Fiji and mosaic disease. In the 1920s, the importance of agriculture was intensified, and UPCA was recognized as neighboring countries began sending their students to Los Baños because of the high quality of education. In the 1930s, breeds with superior characteristics such as the Burkhala pig, Los Baños Cantonese chicken, and filament cattle were developed. The 1960s was a fruitful decade for research. Makapuno, a coconut cultivar often made into a dessert, was pioneered and perfected. Meanwhile, the Dairy Training and Research Institute was the first in the country to freeze buffalo semen, paving the way for artificial insemination of local carabaos. Along with the establishment of UPLB in the 70s, the college received the prestigious Ramon Magsaysay Award for International Understanding, Asia's counterpart for the Nobel Peace Prize. In the same decade, the C4 plants were developed. The soil test kits were produced in support of the Masagana 99 program, and the mango induction technique was introduced. Continuing the production of quality research outputs in the 1980s, techniques to minimize post-harvest losses, the accelerated fish sauce manufacturing process, and the rapid test kit for the detection of pesticide residue on vegetables were developed. The 1990s saw many new varieties across species or crop types, including Sinta papaya, the first Philippine-bred hybrid, UPLB Gold, a durian variety, and Doña Amelita, a musaenda named after the wife of former President Fidel Ramos. The award-winning National Corn-Based Farmer Scientist RDE Training Program, or FSTP, was also established around this time and still remains as one of the university's primary extension programs. In the field of instruction, the book titled Integrating Sustainable Agriculture in the BSA Curriculum, the UPLB College of Agriculture Experience, was published in 1999. At present, the College of Agriculture and Food Science, or CAFS, continues to be the premier institution of higher learning in agriculture and food science, and remains committed to nation building through its instruction, research, and extension programs. In order to produce the best graduates, all of our courses are outcomes-based education, and continuous improvement of the curriculum is being practiced to meet the challenges of the 21st century. As testament of excellence, CAFS is constantly recognized by different organizations. In research, we continue to implement relevant studies with focus on the 12 priority commodities to address food security. Moreover, Technologies are constantly developed to aid in responsible food production. Supplementing these are extension activities to disseminate the knowledge generated to improve food productivity and livelihood of the people. We believe that present technologies will future-proof our food systems. Some of our notable developments are iDetect, Coraginam, Plant Health and Pest Clinic, Pest Management Tools and Techniques, Smarter Pest Identification Technology or SPITech, Snap Hydroponics, Drone Technology, Rapid Immunofilter Assay for Virus Indexing, Nanofertilizers Fertigrow, Hormogrow, Nanobiosensors, and Biochar. We at the College of Agriculture and Food Science will continue to promote and nurture a culture with innovative yet conscientious minds and cutting-edge skills to lead and serve the country and the region. We are one college with one goal towards sustainable food systems.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Aggie Talk Tree of Life webinar series, Part 2. After a long vacation, I know most of us are probably feeling the post-vacation blues. But before we shift from the daily rhythm of vacation mode, today we will be sharing something that will help you adjust back to your work schedule. Our episode today is entitled Quezon's Best, Manufacturing Safe and Quality Coconut Products. As the title suggests, we will be hearing about innovative coconut products from a company that is contributing to sustainable economic development in Quezon Province by exporting organic coconut products to international markets including USA, Canada, Germany, Korea, and Japan. Kaya po sa aming participants na may business and wants to enter the international market, our guest speaker will be giving some ideas on how to meet the stringent food quality regulations and standards imposed by different countries. So guys, please tune in. This webinar series is brought to you by the College of Agriculture and Food Science through the Research and Extension Committee headed by our Associate Dean, Dr. Lilia M. Fernando Corpus, and of course, under the supervision of our Dean, Dr. Elpidio M. Magbisit Jr. So to serve as your host for today's session, I am Assistant Professor Florencio Sireno Jr., a faculty from the Institute of Food Science and Technology. Before we formally start our webinar, please be reminded of the following rules. For the panelists, keep your microphones muted at all times except if called or requested. For participants who are here with us in Zoom, or if you have questions to our speaker, please use the chat box or raise your hand to be recognized during the Q&A portion. And lastly, for Facebook and YouTube viewers, yes, we are also streamed live through the page and account of UPLB College of Agriculture and Food Science. So those who are watching via Facebook or YouTube, you can post your questions in the comment section. I know, guys, you are very excited to hear our speaker. But before that, let's take a quick look back at the third episode of our webinar series, which took place last Tuesday, April 4. So in that episode, we welcome Dr. Ryan Isulat from the National Dairy Authority, Southern Mindanao Division, to give information about cocoa dairy farming. This cocoa dairy farming is a government program that improves coconut farming through dairy integration. This may help coconut farmers increase their productivity and income with the provision of intercropping activities like dairy farming. Now, let's see what awaits us in today's episode. So we don't want to keep you waiting to formally start our webinar. I would like to call on Dr. Lotis Imupera, the Director of the Institute of Food Science and Technology, to give us an opening message. Dr. Mupera.
Okay. Thank you, Florence, for that introduction. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us once again in this segment or part 2 of the Aggie Talk Tree of Life. So today, the coconut as the tree of life has indeed lived up to its reputation of giving various livelihood to our farmers and their families. Many of them have even ventured into food processing and manufacturing businesses. So, for today, our speaker will give us yet another success story on how they have ventured into using the coconut as a product and as in developing innovative processing and manufacturing techniques, as well as emphasize the importance of food safety and quality in order to gain competitive advantage in the industry, in the coconut industry. So I hope you will join us today and learn a lot of lessons and experiences that you will be hearing from our speaker in terms of how to build a good business out of the coconut products, especially here in Calabarzon, where we have an abundance of coconut being planted all over our region. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I know you're all eager and to hear from our speaker. Again, welcome everyone to this episode of the Tree of Life, and we hope you learn a lot from our speaker who will talk about food safety and quality of coconut products. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mopera, for your warm message and for making time to attend today's webinar. I agree with what you have mentioned that we will have a very interesting topic today, as the company has proven that they can meet the standards set by the international market. So now, we are ready to dive. Okay. So before we proceed to the presentation, let's take a group photo. Panelists and webinar series committee members, could you please open your cameras? Okay. So Sir Arthur, could you please take a group picture?
Okay po.
Okay po.
1, 2, 3. Okay na po, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now we're ready to dive into the topic of this webinar session. So without further ado, let me introduce our speaker. Actually, we had planned to have Mrs. Maura M. Pasiolco, the owner of Pasiolco Agri-Ventures, as our speaker. But due to a sudden change in her schedule, she wasn't able to attend today. But don't you worry, guys. Here with us today is the Quality Assurance Supervisor and Document Control Officer of Pasiolco Agri-Ventures. She is responsible for monitoring the quality management system of the company and its compliance with the food safety and quality standards. She is our alumna, a BS Food Science and Technology graduate, magna cum laude, and a recipient of Julian A. Banzon Medal of Excellence. She is a member of Philippine Association of Food Technologies Incorporated Beta Chapter and the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi. Please also allow me to introduce the company, Pasiolco Agri-Ventures. It is a food manufacturing company known for its organic coconut products with the trade name Quezon's Best. It was founded and owned by the couple, Mr. and Mrs. Lito and Maura Pasiolco. It has been in the industry for 26 years, serving the local and foreign markets with safe and quality coconut products. The company has received prestigious awards and recognitions locally. Some of these are the 2005 Most Outstanding Virgin Coconut Oil Producer and Exporter and the 2005 Producer Processor Innovator Award given by the Philippine Coconut Authority. The company also received the 2009 Most Outstanding OTOP SME Provincial Level given by the Department of Trade and Industry, and the 2008 Outstanding Entrepreneur given by the Land Bank of the Philippines. In addition, Quezon's best products are certified organic by the USDA's National Organic Program, the European Union, and the Japanese Agricultural Standards. So the products are also halal and kosher certified. And last year, 2021, the company received HACCP certification. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our resource speaker, Ms. Christina Rosel S. Mitra. Hello, Ma'am Christina.
Yeah. Thank you for the introduction, Sir Plo. So, a pleasant morning to all of you. Ma'am Maureen was supposed to be today's research speaker, kaya lang po, she's not available today. So, nagkaroon po siya ng schedule today. So, ako po yung pinag-represent niya for today's webinar. So, without further ado, let's get started with my presentation. Sandali lang po. Nakikita na po ba yung screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, ayan. So, let's get started with my presentation entitled Quezon's Best Manufacturing Safe and Quality Coconut Products. So, our objectives for today are to get to know Pasiolco AgriVentures, to introduce the Quezon's best products and their processing, and to determine the food safety and quality systems of Pasiolco AgriVentures. So, before anything else, let me introduce to you Pasiolco AgriVentures. So, the history of Pasiolco AgriVentures started in 1993 when Mr. Lito and Maura Pasiolco started exporting nata de coco in Japan under the company of their wedding godfather, Yoshihito Hagita of Agrine Tech Philippines. So it didn't last long, so it just last for a year. And then in 1996, Pasiolco, when their godfather retired, he let the couple take over the company, and the company was renamed Pasiolco AgriVentures, and that was when the company was founded. So in the same year, their pioneer product was developed, which was the coconut vinegar. And in order to promote the coconut product, they joined various local and international exhibits. So in 2000, so Coconut Jam was launched, and it is the start of our trade name, Quezon's Best. So in 2002, we started producing virgin coconut oil. So since then, the company expanded its product line to various coconut products. And at the present time, the company expanded to 3 plants. And now the product line has 13 products. So let me show you our manufacturing plants. So first is the Anastasia plant. So it is for the production and filling of coconut jam, coconut vinegar, balsamic aminos, coconut hot sauce, papaya pickles, and for VCO fermentation process. Next is San Juan plant. This is for the production of coconut sugar and coconut syrup. So coconut sugar and coconut syrup are the only products produced here, since this plant is near to our farms. So coconut sugar and coconut syrup are produced here. So last plant is the Lusacan plant. So ito po yung parang original plant. So dito po nag-start. Ito talaga yung nung simula dito lahat nung process. Ngayon po yung Lusacan plant is for VCO settling and filling process, sugar packing, and then dito na po ginagawa ngayon yung end line process for labeling, sealing, and packaging. And nandito rin po yung main office ng Pasiolco and yung warehouse. So for our market, so we mainly export our products, and here is the list of our export market. So we export in US, Canada, Germany, Taiwan, China, Japan, Malaysia, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Australia, UAE, and in the European Union. So in the local market, so you can avail our products in various supermarkets nationwide. So you can also see our products in various Otop Hub. So if I am not mistaken, meron na rin po kaming products sa UPLB Otop Hub. So the company's mission is to serve local and foreign consumers with best quality coconut products as we uplift local farmers' livelihood. And our vision is to become the premier company in the coconut industry, known for its quality products that delight the local and foreign customers. So it is the pride of every employee, owner, and the trade partners. So now, let us proceed to our products and their processing. So as I have mentioned earlier, so we already have 13 products. So yung 13 products po namin yan ay ito. So organic virgin coconut oil, organic coconut sweetener or yung coconut sugar. So organic coconut sap syrup. And then meron po kaming 3 variants of vinegar. We have the organic coconut sap vinegar, pinasarap coconut sap vinegar, and spice coconut sap vinegar. So meron din po kaming organic coconut aminos, organic coconut balsamic, coconut jam with muscovado, organic coconut jam with cocoa syrup, organic coconut jam with sea salt, coconut hot sauce, and meron din po kaming yung nag-iisang product namin na hindi from coconut is papaya pickles. So first, let me introduce to you the pioneer product of Pasiolco AgriVentures. So the coconut vinegar. So however, this was not the original coconut vinegar of Pasiolco AgriVentures, as the original one came from the coconut water. And our existing coconut vinegar today came from the coconut sap or tuba, which came from the coconut flour. So yung organic coconut sap vinegar, so it is a natural chemical-free vinegar obtained from fermented, fresh, 100% pure coconut sap or tuba. So no chemical is added. It passes through a fermentation period and age until the desired flavor and acidity is obtained. So for the process, so coconut sap is collected from the tree. So it is filtered and is filled in the fermentation drum, and the mother vinegar is added. So the coconut sap is then fermented for 3 to 6 months until the desired taste and acidity is achieved. So yung fermentation process po nung coconut sap vinegar namin is different from the usual fermentation ng vinegar dun sa coconut water, as no yeast is added on the first stage of the fermentation. So the first stage of the fermentation is natural since there is already yeast species present. So mostly yung yeast na present po is yung Saccharomyces cerevisiae that initiates the alcoholic fermentation. So for the second stage of the fermentation, so ito na po yung usual fermentation na nag-a-add tayo ng mother vinegar na nagko-contain po nung inoculate natin na Acetobacter species. So as mentioned earlier, so ito po yung variants ng coconut sap vinegar namin. So meron po kaming plain. Yung plain po, yung organic coconut sap vinegar, then spiced and pinasarap. So yung difference po nung spiced and then nung pinasarap, yung spice po is sliced yung spices, and then yung pinasarap is similar po siya sa pinakurat na yung spices po niya is crushed. So the next product is organic virgin coconut oil. So it is processed from fresh coconuts, extracted from freshly shredded and pressed coconut meat of choice and mature coconuts. So it was termed virgin because of no heat or small amount of heat is applied. So it has thick and has a sweet taste that retains the distinct aroma and flavor of coconut. So virgin coconut oil, so popular po siya for its health benefits as it contains lauric acid, that makes it antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal substance. So, ito po yung process ng virgin coconut oil namin. So, we utilize fermentation in producing VCO, and in order to increase the shelf life of the VCO, so we have the centrifugation and the vacuum process. So, upon receiving po yung raw VCO from the fermentation, so the raw VCO is subjected to centrifugation to para po ma-separate yung water and oil. So, after that po, yung oil naman po is sinasubject siya sa vacuum machine para mas ma-reduce po yung moisture in order to attain our requirement for moisture content. So, ito po yung machines na ginagamit namin. So, centrifuge machine and yung vacuum machine. So, for the centrifuge machine po, so we acquired this machine through the help of DOST. So, yung program po nila na setup program. So, some of our machines po are acquired through the DOST setup program. So, the next product is the organic coconut sweetener or the coco sugar. So, organic coconut sweetener is made from fresh coconut sap harvested from organically grown coconut trees. So, this has lower glycemic index than the other sweetener in the market. So, yung organic coconut sweetener po is, ito po yung alternative po natin dun sa table sugar natin dahil ito po ay may lower glycemic index. So, ito po yung process. So, after the sap has been collected, so it is pasteurized. So, pasteurization is done to stop the fermentation process. Kasi kung hindi po siya agad ipapasteurize, since may natural fermentation po yung coconut sap, mangangasim na po yung sap and yung sugar po na kalalabasan is pangit and hindi rin siya ganun katamis. Next is yung boiling for it to be converted to syrup, and the next process is the main step where the syrup turns into sugar. So yung principle po nung process ng coconut sugar is evaporation and crystallization, wherein yung syrup po, it is continuously boiled in a pan so that the liquid content will evaporate and the sugar be produced. So along with the continuous boiling, continuous stirring din po siya para hindi masunog yung coconut sugar. So very critical po yung step na to. So hindi siya pwede na mahirap siya in bulk. Kaya dun sa isang pan lang po siya. And yung step na po na ito ay done manually. So yun, as mentioned, just like the coconut vinegar, so this product came from coconut sap. So ang kaibahan nga lang po niya is critical po yung pag-harvest ng sap for coconut sugar. So yung coconut sugar po, yung coconut sap for sugar, it must be harvested every 4 hours para maganda po yung sugar na mapuproduce. So sa vinegar po kasi okay lang na matagal yung harvest niya since pina-ferment po yun. Pero pag sa sugar po, kailangan na fresh yung sap para maiwasan yung further fermentation. So, I have here a video presentation for the organic coconut sugar. So, ayan. May sounds po ba?
We cannot hear the sound po, ma'am.
Sige po. Mag-stop share lang po ako and then...
Okay, sige po, ma'am. So while we are waiting for Ma'am Christina, again po sa ating mga participants, if you have questions, you can type your questions in the Zoom chat box. Okay, and if you are on Facebook or YouTube, please post your questions in the comment section. And our staff will relay your questions to our speaker later.
So,
Okay.
sounds na po.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
So, ayun po yung process nung coconut sugar. So, nakita na rin din po dun sa video yung process ng coconut syrup. So, yung next product po natin is organic coconut sap syrup. So, it is a natural sweetener. So, ito po yung liquid counterpart ng ating coconut sugar. So, it is used for coffee, desserts, ice creams, cakes, and also good for marinating pork, beef, or chicken, and as ingredients in cooking. So for the coconut syrup, so the process is the same with the initial steps in sugar processing. So as presented nga po earlier with the video, where the last step to produce the syrup is boiling. So after pasteurization, so the sap, pasteurization of the sap, so it will be boiled under the required temperature until the desired bricks and consistency are reached. So from the coconut sap vinegar and the coconut syrup, we have two products that have been developed. So first is the organic coconut aminos. So it is made from coconut sap vinegar and coconut sap syrup and salt. So no preservatives, no food coloring added, and it is chemical free. So it is dark, rich, salty, and slightly sweet in flavor. So it is gluten-free, that makes this as a perfect replacement for those avoiding soy and gluten. So yung organic coconut aminos po is used as an alternative for soy sauce, and it can also be used as a seasoning. So yung organic coconut aminos po, last year, it has been awarded as the best product design for natural, healthy and organic products. So at the 2022 Katha Awards in the IFX Philippines 2022. So another product from organic coconut sap vinegar and coconut syrup is the organic coconut balsamic. So no preservatives, no food coloring added, and it is also chemical free. So yung coconut balsamic naman po, traditionally used siya as salad dressings, condiments, for sauces, and for cooking. So next po natin is yung isa pa sa pioneer product ng Pasiolco AgriVentures, yung coconut jam po. So a very terrific and delicious coconut jam because it is purely made from newly harvested and carefully selected coconut where fresh coconut milk was extracted. So ang varieties po niya, so meron po tayo yung original is yung coconut jam with muscovado, and then with coconut syrup, sea salt, and cacao. So the main ingredient is coconut milk, and yung ginagamit po namin is muscovado sugar and coconut syrup. So yung muscovado sugar, so hindi po siya organic. Kaya yung ginagamit po namin sa organic jams namin is yung aming coconut syrup. So for the process, it is done as the usual jams are made. So pero ngayon po, we use the double jacketed kettle para po malesen na din yung contact ng employees namin with the jam. So meron po ulit akong video presentation para naman po sa coconut jam.
Ma'am Christina, you are still muted.
Sorry po. So, yun po yung presentation ng manufacturing process ng coconut jam. And then, for other products, so we have also coconut hot sauce. And yung product po na hindi from coconut, which is the papaya pickles. So for the quality and safety of our products, as mentioned po dun sa introduction ni Sir Flo kanina, so we already have multiple certifications. So we are GMP certified by the Food and Drug Administration, and we are already HACCP certified by GCL. So we achieved our HACCP certification last 2021, and we are now on our HACCP surveillance 2. So with that, various practices and monitoring procedures are performed in order to control, prevent, and eliminate possible hazards in the processes. So in line with this, Pasyolco AgriVentures ensures that all personnel is involved in the food safety system. So hindi lang po production and QA department yung involved sa food safety namin. So involved din po syempre yung top management, the sales and marketing, purchasing, admin, HR, and lahat po ng department involved po siya sa HACCP system namin. So yung personnel po namin, they are GMP trained and process trained para po for them to have the skills and the knowledge they need for their work. So aside from this certification, so we also have organic certifications from the EU, USDA, NOP, and JAS. So by our certifying body, Control Union. So this allows us to export our organic products to various countries within the scope of this certification. So we are also kosher certified, though we are still in the process of recertification. And we are also halal certified by the IDCP. So apart from the GMP and HACCP certification, so these organic, kosher, and halal certifications also help the company in producing safe and quality coconut products, since just like the food safety certifications, we need to comply with certain requirements in order to achieve this certification. And with all of these, it really greatly helps the company to widen our market locally and globally. So yeah, so that is all for this presentation. So thank you and good morning again.
Thank you, Mom Christina, for that very informative talk. Aside from knowing thoroughly your company, your presentation reminded us that there are many products that can be made from coconut. And because of these products, the coconut is truly the tree of life. Now, let's have some question and answer portion. Again, for this part, we would like to remind our participants to type your questions in the Zoom chat box, or if you are on Facebook or YouTube, please post your questions in the comment section and our staff will relay your questions to our speaker. To facilitate the open forum, here is Ms. Jonina Marie J. Tenko, IFST's MS Graduate Fellow. Ms. Tenko, the floor is yours. You are still muted, Miss.
Ayan. Rinig na po ako, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you po. So let's move on to our question and answer portion. So as said by Sir Florence earlier, kindly leave your questions in the chat box if you are here with us in the Zoom space. And then for those who are watching via Facebook, please leave your comments in the comment section here in SD. So to start off, so Ms. Mitra, so are you also developing other products besides what you have presented to us earlier, or are you currently delving into like research and development of other coconut products?
Actually, meron pong spin-off company yung Pasyolco Agri-Ventures, which is yung Pasyolco Cosmetics products. So, we are into producing also cosmetic products.
Okay po, thank you po. And another question, bakit po kailangan every morning ang collection ng coconut sap? Is there a scientific reason behind this?
Dali lang.
Go ahead lang po.
Actually, yung not necessarily every morning. So for the coconut sugar, every 4 hours po yung collection ng sap, and then for the coconut syrup, if I am not mistaken, every morning and every afternoon.
Thank you po. So our next question po is from Sir Nestor Fabellar from Facebook. What is the market size for cocoa sugar in the Philippines?
Sandali lang po. I'm not familiar with the market size ng sugar sa Philippines. So, kasi hindi po ako may hawak nun. Ask ko lang po dun sa aking colleague.
So in the meantime po, we can proceed po with the next question
Yes,
po.
yes.
Okay po.
Balikan na lang po natin yung question na yun.
Yes po, sige po. So from Sir Nestor also, what is the farm gate price for cocoa sugar?
Farm gate price. So, for the farm gate price, can we proceed po dun sa next question? Balikan po natin yung question. So, I will take note of that po.
Okay po, no problem po. So another question I have here po, do you also conduct trainings or some sort of extension work po to other, for example, those who are willing to know more about coconut products or develop their own?
Actually, wala po kaming kinoconduct na trainings. Pero usually po, may mga nagbe-visit sa amin na from various parts of the Philippines. Parang, ano yung last na nag-visit? Parang, meron pong dinadalang bisita dito yung PCA and DTI. So, meron pong from cooperatives from various provinces in the Philippines. So may nag-visit po sa amin from Cagayan po, and then meron din po from Misamis Occidental, Oriental, and then from saan pa nga? Yung sa Visayas, parang meron din. Ayun po. So may mga nagbi-visit din po sa amin. Yun po, yung visitations nila, and then yun, in-introduce po namin yung products namin. And open po kasi sila dun sa, meron din po kasi sila na, so nandun din po sila sa process ng startup ng business nila, kaya nag-visit po sila.
Okay, thank you very much po. The next question, nag-a-accept po ba kayo ng students na pwedeng mag-OJT?
Yes po, nag-accept po kami ng students for OJT.
Ayan, so para sa ating mga interested students na nanonood sa atin ngayon, so feel free to contact Pasyolco, the Pasyolco company for their OJT process po. Ayan, so may questions pa po ba tayo? Feel free po to leave questions sa ating Facebook comments and dito po sa ating Zoom chat. Meron pa po ba? Wala na pong questions. Okay, so it seems that there are no more questions from our... ayun po, meron pong questions sa ating Zoom. What are the struggles of the company in meeting the international standards?
Siguro yung struggle ng company in meeting the international standards is MSE lang po kasi yung company, so we have
Struggle?
struggle.
Para mga problem naman.
So yung struggle po is okay naman siya kasi parang ilan lang yung nagiging struggle.
Oo.
Kasi yun nga po, may certifications na po kami, organic, halal, and kosher na. And then yung products din po kasi namin is tawag doon, may mga CPR na, Certificate of Product Registration from the FDA, as well as yung company din po kasi is yung dalawang manufacturing plants namin. So, meron na din po siyang LTO. So, yung nagiging problem po namin is minimal na lang siya and hindi na ganun kalaki. For the farm gate price po pala ng cocoa sugar namin, 140 per kilo po.
Ayan. Thank you very much po. So for the next question, it's from Camille Marcelo from Zoom. Have you ever encountered problems about the fermentation process that leads to the spoilage of your products? What are those, if so, and how did you address it by considering its quality and safety?
Siguro yung isa sa na-encounter na problem namin is, pero hindi na naman siya nangyayari ngayon, is yung sa fermentation, na-spoil po yung coconut sap. So, nangyari po yun kasi may dagdag na tubig yung coconut sap. So, para po maiwasan yun, so sobrang higpit na po nung aming receiving ng coconut sap. So, upon receiving po, tinetest yung pH, Brix, and yung titratable acidity nung coconut sap para na-ensure po namin na yung sap is talagang wala po siyang halong any tubig, and then pure po siya na coconut sap.
Okay po. Next question is from Sir Nestor Fabellar again. If you harvest every 4 hours, the processing will also be 24 hours. So I think what he means is if you harvest every 4 hours, does this mean that the processing is 24 hours? The processing will also be 24 hours. Yeah.
Bale po, yung ginagawa po namin is kung mag-receive po kami ngayon ng coconut sap the whole day, so yung na-receive po namin na coconut sap is i-boil po yon for today, and then yung processing po niya into coconut sugar po is nangyayari na siya the day after.
Okay. Thank you po. So I think there are no new questions from our participants. Are there any more questions? You can comment in the comment section, and for the Zoom, please feel free to leave your questions in the chat box. Are there any more questions from the audience? If there are none, Ayan. So, Miss Mitra, would you like to promote anything po from your company?
So yun, add ko lang po, hindi pa nasagot kanina yung market size namin ng sa
Okay.
sugar. So, ano nga, estimated po per month is yung nalalabas po namin ng coconut sugar is 5 tons.
Locally lang yan, locally.
So, ayan. So, promote ko lang po yung company. Share ko ulit. So, ayan. So, you can contact us through our Facebook page. So, Quezon's Best. Then, or you can email us at maurinpasyolco@gmail.com, qbest1993@gmail.com. So, meron din po kaming Instagram account. So, Quezon's Best Coco. And kung gusto niyo pong mag-visit dito, so we are located at 1358 Capistrano Street, Barangay Lusacan, Chaong, Quezon. And for our products po, so meron po kami ditong Otop Hub sa Chaong, Quezon din, and sa other Otop Hub like
San Pablo,
San
Dolores.
Pablo, Dolores, and then sa UPLB Otop Hub, meron na din po yung products namin. So, yun lang po.
Ayan. So, thank you very much, Miss Christina Mitra, for this very informative session. So, I will now return the floor to Sir Florence. Sir Flo.
Okay po. Okay. Thank you, Miss Tenko, for moderating, Miss Mitra for answering the questions, and of course to all the participants who actively ask questions to our resource speaker. For the awarding of certificate, allow me to read the citations. So the College of Agriculture and Food Science, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, Laguna, Philippines, present the certificate of appreciation to Ms. Cristina Rosel S. Mitra for serving as the resource person on the webinar titled Quezon's Best Manufacturing Safe and Quality Coconut Products during the Aggie P.2 Tree of Life webinar series Part 2, held on April 11, 2023 via Zoom, given this 11th day of April 2023 at the College of Agriculture and Food Science, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, Laguna, Philippines. Signed by our Dean, Dr. Elpidio M. Magbisit Jr. Thank you, Ma'am Mitra. The next episode of Aggie Peace Talk, Tree of Life webinar series, Part 2, will be aired on April 18 at 9 a.m. with the topic Research Activities of the Philippine Coconut Authority, to be given by Mr. Ramon Rivera. Okay, to our participants, please evaluate this webinar by scanning the QR code shown on the screen. Ayan na po, yes. Or accessing the link in the chat box to receive your certificate. The link for the evaluation will also be posted in the comment section of our Facebook page. Okay. So now the program is drawing to a close. I would like to ask Dr. Baby Richard R. Navarro, Assistant to the Director of IFST, to make the closing remarks.
And so, as we come to an end, we at the Institute of Food Science and Technology in our college, the College of Agriculture and Food Science, would like to thank our participants and our resource speaker for obliging to our request to guest in Part 2, Episode 4 of Aggie Peace Talk on the Tree of Life. Indeed, we are extremely fortunate to have with us someone from the Pasyalco Agri-Ventures for such an engaging and interesting talk on their humble beginnings, their vision, and their products from the coconut country, Quezon, which holds a very special place in my heart as I myself hail from Quezon. But the take-home message here goes beyond loving and celebrating your roots. In essence, it is that persistent innovations and a commitment to global standards are key to ensuring that the labor of our farmers will not be in vain, and that a family of farmers with proper education as well as entrepreneurial awareness could very well develop, realize, and market products for the global market. And this, I think, is the cornerstone of food sustainability and equitable agriculture. When, for example, the tree of life could very well be a tree for the good life of each and every coconut farmer. So with that, maraming salamat po. And so,
Thank you very much, Dr. Navarro. Again, you can access the evaluation link in the Zoom chat box or in the comment section of our Facebook page. For updates on webinars and announcements, follow the UPLB College of Agriculture and Food Science Facebook page and the CAF's UP Los Baños YouTube account. Again, thank you so much, participants, for joining us on this fourth episode of Aggie Peace Talk Tree of Life webinar series, part 2. Of course, this event would not be possible without our resource speaker, Miss Christina Rosel Mitra. Maraming salamat po for taking the time with us today. Of course, thank you din po, Ma'am Maura Pasyolko, for sending us Miss Christina Rosel Mitra. Again, okay, for updates, please follow the UPLB College of Agriculture Food Science Facebook page and the CAF's UP Los Baños YouTube account. Okay, I would like to acknowledge the people behind this webinar, the members of the CAF's Ad Hoc Committee for the Tree of Life webinar series, part 2, and the CAF faculty and staff of the Institute of Food Science and Technology. Maraming salamat po. Again, this is Florencio C. Rehinio Jr., and we look forward to seeing you again at our future events. Maraming salamat po ulit. See you sa next episode ng ating Aggie Peace Talk, Tree of Life webinar series.